Controversy continues over the Tyson-Douglas fight.
Ron has the latest. Out there, Ron?
Yes, we will. We'll have a live interview here at the Thomas & Mack about that Buster Douglas-Tyson fight. Also talk about tonight's Fresno State game coming up next.
Getting set for a real grudge match tonight at the Thomas & Mack.
That's right. The Rebels are hosting Fresno State. Ron is out there live with that and a lot more. Ron?
Well, actually the Fresno State game is not the real grudge match that we're talking about tonight. That's the doctor-lawyer game that's going on right now at the Thomas & Mack, and this indeed is a grudge match. It's been played for about 16 years now. They've had this rivalry going on. Each of the doctors and lawyers, if we can take a look at some of the game going on right now, each of the doctors and lawyers pay about $100 to charity to play in this game, and it's a pretty vicious, tough game. So far, no blood has been drawn yet, but then I guess if there were, none of the doctors would treat anybody because they'd be quite concerned about a malpractice suit of some sort that might develop. Look at tough physical play in this game, as you can see. But this is the pregame for the real game. And I got to tell you, there was actually a pregame to this game in which I took on Governor Bob Miller in a one-on-one grudge match. We're not going to give you the results of it right now. We will show you the video tomorrow night at 5:30. HBO wanted the video actually to go pay-per-view, but we're going to show it to you free tomorrow night at 5:30. As for the game coming up tonight with the Rebels, some big news there. Travis Spice is out for 10 days because of the chicken pox. It won't be a big factor tonight, but it could be a big factor when the Rebels take on New Mexico State on Thursday and then Arizona on Sunday. The Rebels, by the way, are ranked 7th in the latest poll that came out today. On to boxing, of course, some big news from that over the weekend. Buster Douglas returned home to Columbus, Ohio to cheering fans, thousands of them at the airport. Of course, he knocked Tyson out Saturday night in the 10th round. Controversy, though, in the 8th round, Tyson knocked Douglas down. The ref said he started the count late. Douglas says he could have gotten up sooner if the count had started sooner.
I think it's just bogus, you know. I mean, to be a champion is one thing, but to honor that championship and accept defeat as well as victory is another, and I don't think he's accepting defeat at all.
Now, because of that controversy, the WBA and WBC has not given the title to Buster Douglas. They're actually, I guess you could say, given into the wishes of Tyson's manager, Don King. Today I spoke with Bob Arum, his rival promoter, about this controversy.
Why the governor of this state of Nevada, where boxing is so important, allows the WBC and the WBA to operate here, to take these funds from fighters' purses, and even worse, to have a say in the appointment of officials, is beyond me. It should stop. The governor should call in the members of the State Athletic Commission and put an end to this scandal.
We have a member of the State Athletic Commission with us right now, Chuck Minker. Bob Arum says you should have the State Athletic Commission do away with the WBC and WBA sanctioning boxing matches in Nevada. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, quick correction. I'm the executive director of the commission. I'm not a commissioner. That would be any decision like that would be one for the Athletic Commission to take up if they decide to do so.
Is there any possibility that would happen?
There's always possibilities. Right now, we are not a member of the WBA. We are a member of the WBC.
What are your thoughts on what happened with the fight in the 8th round?
It's sad in that Buster Douglas had a tremendous victory, and now instead of celebrating his victory with one of the greatest upsets in sports history, is now we're all talking about what about the count, what about this? I could just tell you from Nevada rules, if the fight had been here, the referee's count is the official count. And so if it's slow, if it's fast, however he's counting, that's the way it is.
So there would have been no controversy here. It would have been Buster Douglas.
Right. I mean, he got up before the count of 10 from the referee's count, and that would have been that.
Okay, thank you very much. Chuck Minker, Executive Director of the Nevada Athletic Commission. We are here live at the Thomas & Mack with the game going on. We'll have highlights tonight of the Rebel basketball game. Also highlights from the big grudge match, Doctors and Lawyers, tonight at 11 o'clock. Kyle and Marianne?
Oh, or Brad and Marianne.
Well, there you have it.
Okay, we'll be back with more in just a second.
Stay with us.
That'll do it for now. We'll see you back here for Channel 13 News at 11.
Join us then. Have a good night.
Good night.